new reports have alleged the real reason behind Zelensky's chief of staff's resignation, suggesting there was far more happening behind the scenes than the public was initially told. Yermak resigned on November 28 after his properties were raided in a corruption probe, a move that sent shockwaves through Kyiv's political circles and fueled intense speculation. However, reports say Zelensky's Western backers had advised him to fire Yermak earlier, indicating that foreign pressure may have played a decisive role long before the scandal broke. Trump's team called for Yermak's sacking after the disastrous February 28 Oval Office meeting, according to The Telegraph, claiming the incident damaged trust. This was partly because Yermak needed an English translator, The Telegraph reported, a detail that U.S. officials allegedly found frustrating during critical talks. Yermak urged Zelensky to show photos of starving prisoners of war to Trump, derailing the meeting, the Financial Times reported, portraying the move as a shocking diplomatic miscalculation. U.S. officials were unhappy with Yermak, describing him as a bipartisan irritator, The Telegraph reported, highlighting how both Republicans and Democrats grew weary of him. Ukraine's European allies also lobbied Zelensky to cast aside Yermak, as per reports, arguing that his continued presence was harming diplomatic relations and donor confidence. Just last week, Yermak went to Geneva to discuss Trump's 28-point peace plan for Ukraine, underscoring how central he remained to high-stakes negotiations even amid mounting pressure. Yermak's resignation came as Ukraine deals with a $100 million corruption scandal, adding yet another layer of turmoil to an already politically explosive moment. People in Zelensky's inner circle have been accused of siphoning off funds from the energy sector, raising serious questions about mismanagement and elite enrichment. Ukraine's state nuclear power firm Energoatom, which depends on foreign aid, has also been embroiled in the scandal, making the allegations even more damaging for Kyiv's international credibility. Reports say Yermak wasn't named as a suspect in the scheme, but opposition MPs claimed otherwise, insisting he was far more involved than official documents indicated. The Anti-Corruption Bureau decided not to press charges against Yermak, Ukrinform reported, a decision that immediately triggered controversy and accusations of political shielding. Soon after Yermak's resignation was announced, Zelensky said he would carry out a broader cabinet overhaul, signaling that more top officials could be removed or reassigned in the coming days. I want no one to have any questions for Ukraine. Therefore, today, the following internal decisions. First, there will be a reset of the office of the President of Ukraine. The head of the office, Andriy Yermak, has written a letter of resignation. I am grateful to Andriy for the fact that Ukraine's position in the negotiation track was always presented by him exactly as it should be. It was always a patriotic position. But I want there to be no rumors and no speculation. As for the new head of the office, tomorrow I will hold consultations with those who can lead this institution. Negotiations will soon take place. Our representatives will participate, the Chief of the General Staff, representatives of the Foreign Ministry, the Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council, and our intelligence. And when we all face such an external challenge, the war, we must be strong inside. 100% of our strength must now be focused on the defense of Ukraine. Everyone must act exactly this way now, in the interests of our state, and defend our state. This is an unchanging principle. In the near future, meetings with the American side will take place. Second, the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine. I expect that Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko, together with members of Parliament, in dialogue and unity, will secure three things for Ukraine. The most important, to adopt the budget for 2026, that is, to ensure our state's ability to defend itself, to provide for defense, to ensure all social payments and the necessary resilience. This is what people need. I also expect candidates for the Ministers of Energy and Justice. The current ministers must be evaluated in such a way as to draw absolutely clear conclusions about whether the current officials meet the challenges of this winter and of this war. Third, I spoke with the Security Service of Ukraine so that they conduct their own analysis of the situation in the law enforcement system and in the regions. Soon there will be reports, then my conclusions, and then decisions. There is too much negativity coming from the regions. We agreed that the security service will provide information to me quickly. And of course, the army. Our warriors are heroes. Our warriors are destroying the enemy, and this is the foundation of our ability to build diplomacy.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
पच्चीस करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.